Hello everyone, welcome back. So this is the latest update about NNAMDI Kanu's court case. So NNAMDI Kanu is appearing in court again tomorrow. Stay tuned because we'll be following it up back to back. But something very interesting and intriguing happened, which we are going to be discussing in this particular video. When Chief Alo Ejimako raised alarm that the DSS blocked Chief Kanu Agabi from meeting with MNK before his trial. My people, do you smell something fishy? The truth is, throughout this NNAMDI Kanu court case, there have been a lot of things that have been fishy, and considering the kind of place we live in, I keep asking myself, is this man ever going to regain his freedom? Because sometimes I smell something fishy. Even when the max witness was now made to speak in court and all of that, I'm like, okay, let's just watch and see how it goes. But my people, I'm here to bring you the latest updates when this man raised alarm concerning the DSS restricting Chief Kanu Agabi rather, from meeting with MNK to discuss matters about his trial tomorrow. My people, let's watch what Chief Ejimako has to say about this.
Kanu Agabi, a senior advocate of Nigeria and former Attorney General, from meeting with his client NNAMDI Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, who is in DSS custody. Agabi was leading Kanu's legal team and had a prior notification to visit him. NNAMDI Kanu's special counsel, Alo Ejimako, condemned the DSS action as flagrant interference with fair trial process. All right, today I'm delighted to be joined by two esteemed guests. Here in the studio, we have Mr. Peter Nasike. Mr. Nasike is a philosopher, development economist, and best-selling author. He is also an erudite commentator on economy, finance, politics, and power. Great to have you join us.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure. And joining us virtually is Barrister Ejiofor Umegbogu. He is a lawyer and activist. Great to have you join us on the issues. All right, we understand the barrister is still here to join us on the show today. Okay, let's start with Mr. Anasike. How can the DSS justify denying access to legal counsel in a high-profile trial like this? Because it looks like it has been on and on. We expect that this new counsel that's been added to NNAMDI Kanu's counsel will make it more easy for him to have his counsel visit him in detention without any problem. But it looks like even Agabi is not getting the respect from the DSS.
Well, for me, I don't really know what the process. But NNAMDI Kanu is still innocent. He had not been convicted.
Yes.
So his fundamental human rights are all intact. And these fundamental human rights include him having access to his legal team, him getting a full medical care, him getting access to members of his family. So for me, Nigeria is not an ideal country. So everybody behaves anyhow because those in power behaves anyhow. So that could be the reason why they should stop Kanu Agabi from seeing him, which is very, very unfortunate. I keep on saying that NNAMDI Kanu is a prisoner of conscience. It is just the Igbo haters that are trying to destroy him. But I believe that at the end of the day, Daniel will come to judgment and NNAMDI Kanu will be set free.
All right, taking a look at this, because now we expect that now that NNAMDI Kanu has increased his legal counsel and added notable names like Agabi to his counsel, he should be getting at least some level of fair play, and of course having Agabi with his level of influence and wherewithal. The DSS should be able to respect his person in making sure that he sees his client, who is NNAMDI Kanu. Why does it look like the DSS does these things and gets away with it?
Well, DSS is a law unto themselves, like every other people are not unto themselves. You can also agree with me that Nyesom Wike is a law unto himself. Understand? So many Nigerians that are in APC are laws unto themselves. So EFCC is taking a cue from the body movement of the presidency. Understand? EFCC is taking a cue from the body movement of the presidency. They are not law abiding. So you shouldn't expect the DSS to be doing the opposite of what other people are doing.
So in terms of this, we're saying that high-handedness on the part of people who are meant to keep the law, like the DSS, getting away with such things under a democratic setting, and nobody calls them to order. And we expect that...
Who is to call them to order? Who is to call them to order? Is it a reckless executive that should call them to order, or a rubber stamp National Assembly, or a compromise complicit judiciary? So there's nobody to call anybody to order. Everybody is behaving as he or she wants, because this is we talk about leadership by example. The people at the top are not practicing what they are preaching. Understand me? So you shouldn't expect DSS that to continue to go by the books. So it is very, very unfortunate.
But in the case of NNAMDI Kanu, now that he has decided to follow the path of which the law wants him to follow in terms of calming himself down, there's been a change of the judge who's going to attend to this matter. They have begun to have hearings of his case. What does it do to NNAMDI Kanu's confidence in the judiciary system to hear him now? It looks like they want to really hear his case. What does it do to his confidence in the judicial system?
Well, NNAMDI Kanu is taking it. He didn't just enter this struggle today. He made his research. There are people that he is following. I said Nelson Mandela was in prison for 27 years. They never broke his confidence. So they cannot break NNAMDI Kanu's confidence, because he is fighting a just cause. And once you are fighting a just cause, nothing can break your confidence.
Okay, now that the DSS is going through this route, denying his people from being, talking about his lawyer from seeing him, is the DSS not indirectly directing where this case is going? Because is it not supposed to be a fair play situation where he gets to meet his counsel, plan for his next hearing, and what to say and what to do? Because in the process where he's been denied his counsel, so he will not have a lot of time to prepare for his hearing, because it makes things even more difficult for a person like NNAMDI Kanu. And as high profile this case is, he's supposed to have an opportunity to have a meeting with his counsel ahead of such a major case.
When you talk of a high profile case, it amuses me.
Why should they amuse you?
There's nothing in this case.
Okay.
There's absolutely nothing in this case. NNAMDI Kanu was framed. Nigeria police, Nigeria securities know how to give charges. Understand me? So for me, this is just a case of victimization. So I don't see any high-profile thing in it. You can say because of NNAMDI Kanu's stature, understand me, that NNAMDI Kanu is on trial. But that the case is a high-profile case, for me, there's nothing in the case.
Are we talking about...
NNAMDI Kanu is just a victim of the Nigerian state and nothing more.
If you say a victim of the Nigerian state, but in this case, NNAMDI Kanu is a leader of a group that's also been proscribed to be a terrorist group.
By who? By the Nigerian state.
Yeah, by the Nigerian state. So it's a high-profile case that the leader of a proscribed organization...
Did the leaders of civilized communities proscribe type of? Did America, did the United States, did France, Did Germany prescribe IPOB?
But IPOB is not in these countries. They don't operate in those countries.
IPOB is not in Spain.
Are they operating?
IPOB
are they
is
operating
not
the way?
Italy.
Are they operating the way they are operating
So
in
for
Nigeria?
me, this is just NNAMDI KANU is a victim of the Nigerian state. There's nothing in this case. DSS is just being dramatic and understand. So for me, at the end of the day, justice will be served. I said NNAMDI KANU will be better off than those persecuting him, not prosecuting, persecuting him.
But how would that be? Because now, for instance, I just said the way the DSS is going about it, are they not directing the case instead of allowing it to go its way it's supposed to be?
Excuse me, there's a case filed in court already.
Yes.
What the DSS is doing will not add or subtract from the case.
What about the denial of the counsel being able to meet him to prepare him ahead of the next hearing? If that is continued, that denies NNAMDI KANU's fair time to prepare for the next hearing.
Every paper that will be discussed in court is served to the counsels.
Yes.
Understand me? Every paper that has to be served in court has to be served to the counsels. What DSS is doing is what they have been doing before. And even the Nigerian DSS don't have any intelligence. Understand me? So, the cases are in court, papers are being served, or Motor Show has given as a narrated hearing, which is a good thing. So I know that very soon all this drama will come to an end, because that is what it is. It is a drama and not a high-profile case.
Okay, you say it's a drama. What precedent does this drama to you set? Because now that NNAMDI KANU is going through this, if you say he's a victim in this case, what does this say about others who will come up tomorrow and say they want self-control, they want self-determination, they want to be able to decide what their region wants? What precedent does this set? If the state power looks to be more powerful to be able to direct wherever a case like this will go, because now he's been in detention since 2021 without fair hearing.
Well, the issue is, once a system is not working, there must be agitation, there must be protest. So what NNAMDI KANU did or is doing is not different from what other enlightened people are doing.
In the way he's going about it, you think it's not different from what others have been doing before?
How many do you know?
At least we know he had a Radio Biafra where he was making a lot of agitative comments. And of course, according to
so it is owning a radio station that's
it was deemed illegal by the government. It was deemed illegal.
In UK, there are so many radio stations
that are illegal.
Understand
not
me?
Registered.
That are not registered. We have online radio stations, even in this country, that is not registered.
Are you trying to tell
NNAMDI KANU did not do
the
anything
NBC
different?
that there are a lot of radio stations in Nigeria that
there are so many online radio stations that are not registered. Even there are so many universities that are not registered. Are you aware of it?
I think I'm not aware yet. Maybe you are trying to tell us something. So you mean that
there are so many radio stations that are not registered. There are so many universities that are not registered. Understand me?
Okay.
So what self-agitation, self-determination is in the Constitution, 1999 Constitution. And that's what NNAMDI KANU did, because Nigeria is not working.
All right, we understand our virtual guest is now with us, talking about Barrister Ejiofor Umegbogu. He's a lawyer and activist. I would like to borrow his legal understanding in this matter. Good evening. You're welcome to the issues.
Yeah. Good evening.
Okay.
I'm joining late because I didn't get the link on time.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Before let's just go ahead without wasting much time. Taking a look at NNAMDI KANU's case, how can the DSS justify denying access to legal counsel in a high-profile trial, which talking about Mr. Noski objects that is not high-profile, but whatever way you see it, And what does this say about Nigerians' commitment to due process? If a body like the DSS would deny NNAMDI KANU access to his counsel?
You see, Nigeria can be described as the theater of their thought, where things are done in such a topsy-turvy manner. Yeah, this NNAMDI KANU's case has taken such a laughable dimension. In fact, it is going beyond legal understanding that the government security agencies and government agencies saddled with the responsibility of prosecuting NNAMDI KANU are just looking for every conceivable option to hold on to in order to prolong this matter unnecessarily. It is my firm view that a lot of things are not being done properly well in that NNAMDI KANU's case. It leaves a lot to be desired. It leaves so much to be desired. But it is the end justifies the means. They say the will of justice grinds slowly but surely. NNAMDI KANU will justice.
Right, sir, we're not in the military regime. How come that NNAMDI KANU's case is now looking like we're in the military era, where the government can take decisions on certain individuals without fair trial and keep him in detention for so long? He's been in detention since 2021. And given the international attention on the NNAMDI KANU trial, how damaging is this move to Nigeria's global human rights image?
Certainly, it gives a lot of damage to Nigeria's human rights image. We cannot deliver that fact. We cannot state it obvious. It is obvious that the Nigerian image, but Nigeria as a nation, are not even interested in the international image any longer. That is why we do things in a manner that it seems that we do not give a damn of what the international community thinks about our perception of our image. So certainly, it tells a negative tale about Nigerians' image abroad. But it's getting out of hand. But let me also state that I can remember that NNAMDI KANU, the prosecutors got an order at the earlier stage to continue to detain at the DSS facility while the prosecution lasts. I think there was an order like that, and that order impression of the system. So that is why they are keeping him there while the prosecution goes on.
But to understand, you understand that NNAMDI KANU increases counsel, so as to have people who have the wherewithal to make sure that his case he gets fair hearing. One Kanu Agabi is a senior advocate of Nigeria, the one-time attorney general. Should his office not give him privileges and the DSS to respect when this proceedings is looking like we thought that okay, now the government is willing to make sure that judicial proceedings are being taken seriously? How come a person like Agabi is being stopped from saying his lines and they get away with it? And why so much silence on the part of the presidency and the Ministry of Justice?
You see, these are the silent points that gets people like us confused more. The way and manner the prosecution of NNAMDI KANU is being carried out, it gives much to be desired. That certain things are done in such a manner that it becomes the imagination of any right-thinking person. You see, but be that as may, I also believe that the personality of Kanu Agabi it does not have anything to do with the process of law. You see, the law doesn't look at personalities, so he can only state the law as it is, and if the court finds his position worthy, the court will go with his position. But let us not believe that the personality of Kanu Agabi or the personality of any other person, for that matter, if he chooses to into a case, that case will definitely come to his favor, or that the court will begin to give a nod to everything he says no.
But there was a prior notice to the DSS that was coming to see him. When he got there, it was a different kettle of fish he met when he got to the DSS office.
Yes, that depends on the administrative procedures in the DSS in the Department of Security. Because if NNAMDI KANU were to be at the correctional center, I know the story would be different. But he's in the detention of DSS. So the internal administrative mechanism of DSS was come to play. So, and I am not knowledgeable in the internal administrative mechanism of DSS to know on what grounds they refuse him. So the point I'm making is that because he is being detained at the Department of Security, there are some other internal administrative procedures that may come to play, which is not my knowledge.
Right, so let me go to Sana's case now. The president was in Anambra recently, and so the governor entertained him, and he was busy more or less interested in saying that he was showing support to the president. Everyone who was following the NNAMDI KANU trial felt that would have been a big podium for the president to tell us that he was going to release NNAMDI KANU fair and square, or say something about the case, or the governor pleading his case, or the Southeast governors or leaders who are taking as an opportunity. Release this man, let us return back to the Southeast.
Well, Tinubu was in Anambra on Jamboree. Okay. He went to Anambra, that's on a different mission. And what played out in Anambra was Nollywood. Understand? Yep. But that was a Fox game. Tinubu was trying to deceive what's his name? Tinubu was trying to deceive Tinubu. So in that everybody was just playing game. So there was no promise that was made in Anambra that would be kept. Understand me? So I'm happy that NNAMDI KANU case wasn't mentioned. Understand me? I'm happy that NNAMDI KANU case was not mentioned because it was just a cat and a dog game that happened. Understand me? Imagine Tinubu saying that Abga is going to that Tinubu will be their presidential candidate. Understand? That's why he know that he cannot command 5% of the Anambra state voters. Understand me? And the Tinubu saying that he has endorsed Tinubu for his November election. So it was just a kind of cat and dog game. Understand? So I'm happy that it didn't come up. And most of them were just psychopaths. Understand? People looking forward to it. So and the Tinubu is among those that are afraid of NNAMDI KANU because he knows that